Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to another recording of Hearthstone. Today is Monday, August 20th, and we are running a little slow, but I guess I have more news to talk about anyways. I should be on the Asian account at this point, so I want to get one more victory with a Paladin and a Priest. Let's try a Paladin. Let's go with this odd Paladin, hop in here, and keep on playing. And I want to definitely get all the news done today. So let's get into that. Bruce Campbell, the character who is the main character in the Evil Dead series, has recently announced that he's stepped down on playing that character with the cancellation of the Stars Evil Dead TV series, which I actually watched that on Netflix. I kind of liked it. So it's kind of a shame that didn't go further. I think by the third season they were at the point where they could have had Bruce Campbell, who is pretty old, step away from that and die heroically and just move the story forward. But how this ties to video games is Eurogamer has an article, and Bruce Campbell said that there is an Evil Dead video game in development, and he will he is contractually obliged, and he will be reprising his role as the character Ash Williams, that's the character's name, in the video game. So the title of this article is "A New Immersive Evil Dead Game is on its way," says Bruce Campbell from the Ashes. Is the subtitle there. Now, I don't think Bruce Campbell for a second plays video games or knows anything about video games, so him calling something immersive is not really a descriptor whatsoever. He was talking to Bloody Disgusting, which is like a horror genre website, I believe. Let's see. He's officially stepped down from portraying Williams in the movies or TV shows. I think that there could easily be somebody to replace him playing that character. I think also you could just introduce similar characters and not replace him. Kind of either or works pretty well for me. Let's see. There is one screenshot here of Ash Williams being drawn, which isn't that good looking as far as the screenshot, but that's kind of it. He did cameos for games like Phantom Halls and Telltale's Poker Night 2, Poker Night at the Inventory 2. So he's been in a couple of games before. But yeah, this doesn't really look like you're going to have a 3D amazing experience of a game. It's probably going to be a pretty basic game. More basic than I would guess the... I shouldn't have played that then. I should have summoned a Paladin. Silverhand Recruit. Like the Friday the 13th game, for as much as that was a mess, I would expect that the Evil Dead game is a 2D point and click adventure type game, and nowhere even close to what the Friday the 13th game was. Mushroom power! Reporting for duty. Deploying countermeasures. But yeah, frankly, I'm more upset that they canceled that TV series because I thought that was fun. I don't know if the world is in a mood for a show like that, but I liked it. What can I say? Damage, so minion to attack. Let's see. And that. Oh, that was stupid. I should have killed it.
Deploying countermeasures.
I screwed up. Yeah, I had to deal with an extra one of those just because I played out of order. That was dumb. Your Game has an article on my summer fling with Suikodin, S-U-I-K-O-D-N, which looks like it's a old school 8-bit RPG. Let's see. So your game was talking about an old game. It's like a PlayStation 1 game that's not on PC, so why are you writing an article about a game that people would have to buy off of eBay? It's so ridiculous. Let's see.
I wonder.
Yeah, this is so annoying when they do articles like this. Like, oh, I have this thing I loved, but there's no way you would ever be able to enjoy or experience the thing I love, but I'm gonna talk about it anyways to just make you feel like you're missing out. It's like, man, really, close that tab. We have a game on Steam called Mist of the Dark. Says it's a free-to-play early access horror game. Look like it has some heavy dark screenshot syndrome. Yeah, the vast majority. Yeah, when Layers of Fear comes out on my channel, by the way, that is a game that very possibly is going to be close to impossible to see. And apologies from the word go, if that is the case.
The light dims, but we fight.
Yeah, this game, Mists of the Dark, looks like it's just a low-quality asset-flip first-person shooter set in a dark area. It's English only, free to play, so the price I guess is right, but it's still probably not worth your time. That's all I really have to say about that. TechRaptor has a Thief of Thieves review post-mortem. I didn't even know that game had come out. It's like, it just came, it got a little bit of hype, and then I thought there was a day it was going to come out, and then I don't think I've even seen it come out on Steam, so maybe it's not a Steam game. And then now they're doing a postmortem. Scroll down here and see if the postmortem includes a review or not from TechRaptor. They're talking quite a bit about this game. Oh, here's the review. Wow. Wow, this is an amazingly low game review. They gave it 2.0 out of 10. 2.0 out of 10. Terrible. Instead of pulling off a perfect heist, Thief of Thieves Season 1 was tackled at the door by a 6-foot-tall cockroach wearing a security guard uniform. It may look nice, but no single of gameplay works properly. Pros: colorful comics, graphics, good music. Cons: abysmal AI, terrible minigames, awful camera, weak stealth, poor characterization, and coin flip speech checks. So, if it's terrible, what do you have to do to make a 0.0 or 1.0 by TechRaptor standards? Well, that's probably why I haven't thought of Thief of Thieves, as I probably heard it wasn't that good. And just ignored it.
Reporting for duty.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna win here, but we could try this. PC Gamer has an article. Turn-based tactics RPG Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark is now out. If you've been waiting for Final Fantasy Tactics to come to PC, this might be the next best thing. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's too terrible if you're trying to find something like Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm not sure if there actually is a reason why you would want to be playing a game like Final Fantasy Tactics. Let's see. So it has 97% positive of 41 user reviews. So yeah, Fell Seal's Arbiter's Mark is worth putting on the wish list and keeping an eye on it, and I'll have to consider if I actually want to play that game ever. Raptor has another article. Unleash your wild side in Origin of Storms. Let's see. Origin of Storms was once a handful of fighting games at Play New York City 2018, and apparently the fighting games got merged together. Let's see. Let's see. No, it just says it's in pretty early development, so yeah, this is more of that Play NYC. I really don't see a reason to even go to an event like Play NYC if all you're going to end up doing is talking about a bunch of games that are either never coming out or very, very far away from coming out. Like, this game, Origins of Storms, looks like it's a fine fighting game, but that's a very already fulfilled genre, so I don't know if anybody would be interested in playing it, particularly since half the people that play fighting games want to play the anime looking ones, and that's not anime looking enough. We've got a game on Steam called Age of Forays. It says it's an RPG, indie gore, violent adventure game. Let's see, it seems more kind of like a side-scroller brawler. Still trying to get a paladin or priest victory so we can move over to the Asian account. Yeah, the graphics don't look amazingly good. Look a little too close to pixely MS Paint graphics. Ages of Forays is $2.99. And yeah, there's nothing here that impresses me enough to make me want to wishlist that. We've got a game on Steam called Just Dash, which is one of these polygon-y games where everything's a polygon because that's easy to render without drawing textures. It's a parkour, looks like infinite running style game of sorts, which you're running and jumping and platforms are moving and you're avoiding lasers, and you can see your hands moving forward and backwards as the character. I wouldn't be surprised if this is just one of these games where you just press forward and that is it. There's no achievements for this game. It's $2.99. It's got a couple of positive reviews on it. I guess I'll keep an eye on it. I'll put it on the wish list and be generous, but more than likely it's gonna turn into a big disappointment. Swap the attack with another minions. So
Nick! Oh, a shadow.
Job's done.
that's probably not the time to play something like that. PC Gamer has an article, Fishing Sim World reckons it's the most authentic fishing simulator ever made. Okay. I'm sure a lot of people who are into fishing but it can't get out there to fish might be interested in that. I think I already have Fishing Sim World on the wish list as just like, yeah, it did look rather realistic. I'm not sure I'd ever actually play a fishing game, cover it. To cast a spell, deal 1 damage. If you're holding a dragon, deal 3 damage to all other minions. Alright.
Meddlesome insects. Run away!
If I could get this on the field and then double its health and then do that, you've got 16 damage. Probably the end of that. Okay, we've got a game on Steam called Journalism Class, which is a sexual content, nudity adventure indie casual game. Looks like it's a visual novel. Again, questionable why some visual novels, even ones that are getting tagged as sexual content and nudity, are getting allowed on Steam, where others are being told that it's going to be months and months in which they're allowed. The only thing I could say here is that this game does not look like it's anime characters. It's not anime girls so much as it is a Western art style, which isn't terrible. It's pretty good drawing style. It's from Star Novel Studios, who have a list of mixed, and 1 game is reviewed mixed and 4 games are reviewed negatively, so it's not even a good game, almost certainly, but it's allowed on Steam. Probably also because it's going through Steam Direct, if we're going to be honest. That is a very good possibility of why some of these are getting through. It also has 100 Steam achievements for 99 cents, so it is just an achievement hunter game. So yeah, that's Journalism Class. I would think it would be kind of funny if somebody made a game called Journalism Ethics or Journalism Class for a video game that taught the players all the ethical things journalists are supposed to adhere to, all the ethical rules, so that players would better know when the people who should know better aren't doing what they should be doing.
Meddlesome insects.
Let's
Like to play with fire.
in the turn. And close that tab. We have a game called Immortal Quest on Steam. It's an action RPG adventure game. Looks like total garbage. Just an asset flip with no polish at all. Top-down RPG hack and slash arcade game. Diablo clone. It's clearly trying to just be a direct Diablo clone. And it requires a controller to play. It's 10% off for $8.99, and it's an easy game to reject. Hey, I can see the Humble Store tab, so we're getting close. We're getting close to the end here, which is interesting because we're not close to today's gameplay for what needs to be done. Let's see. Silence all enemies, draw a card. Play this.
The elements will destroy you.
And play that. And we've got this. Double, double, and victory.
Beware the shadow.
We've got a game on Steam called Unexpected Circumstances, a WASD, keys to move and mouse to look. You're playing as an asset flip robot running around an asset flip maze, and just seems like you would have a timer to find the exit, and if you don't find the exit in that time, you are blown up and have to, I assume, start over again. Looks like total garbage, low effort game. 15% off for $3.39. Yeah. See if this developer has made anything else. Nope, that's their first game on Steam, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not their last. Let's see. Have we got this? I think we've got this, so let's do that. Do that. And that. And oh, by the way, we could have done that. And that. And then that. Okay.
Well played.
There you go. That's enough to do to move over to the Asian account. Like, clearly I'm gonna have to come back at some point, probably tomorrow, or you know what, this could just wait until Wednesday and play some more Shaman cards. That's not too big of a deal. But we definitely need to get some of the Asian account things done. Okay, we have a game on Steam called Opai Puzzle. Opai is O-P-A-I. That is the Japanese word for breast cleavage in general. This is a nudity, sexual content indie casual game, and it has 52% positive of 948 user reviews, which tells me something weird is definitely going on here. Do we have any battle cry cards we can play? I have a battle cry deck. Elemental. Let's see. Let's just make a battle cry deck real quick. Let's see. So we're gonna just type in the word cry, C-R-Y, and play as many of these as possible on wild. So we want to convert to wild. That way we have the cheapest of the cheap battlecry cards. And like, yeah, I could be picking and being more specific, but I think that's more than enough just to quickly get that done. Back. And then click here, and then come over here, and click that, and let's start playing. It says, Opai Puzzle is a puzzle game. In fact, it is mystery. Player can upload pictures and videos to make mod and share it with other gentlemen. Making mod is very simple and only takes 10 seconds to choose pictures and videos. The things I am seeing here are just still images. I don't know if this is a slide tile puzzle or what. I don't think it really is anything. English language is not supported. It's only in Arabic. Interesting. Interesting that that's the only language you claim to support is Arabic. The description certainly is not in Arabic. Or Arabic. 40% off for $1.49. It says 6 official puzzle passes, dozens of beautiful background music, a lot of creative workshop content. So it's basically wanting other people to create it. Here we have a not recommended. This is a Trojan Miner, not just any Aero game. Please double check your GPU usage. Will be at 100% when you play it. It had a Trojan horse embedded in the game. Great visual pleasure, however, I recommend visiting online sites as an alternative to being infected with a malware. Thanks, Steam.
Wild.
So we've got another Trojan.
Get in there and fight, maggot! Get in there and fight, maggot! Job done.
Let's see. Here's when the game is dead. Just don't buy it.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
So yeah, for we're having this continuing problem, certainly, of games being allowed on Steam. I can reload right now. I can see this game. This game is available for purchase right now. Games on Steam just not getting virus scanned. Clearly. And I don't know if they are virus scanning these games. They are certainly not running them through the right virus scanners. This is so not a game anyways. It's clearly just stolen art. It's clearly not a game. Moving on, we have a game on Steam. We have a game called Excursion. It's an adventure RPG indie game. A tabletop role-playing game tool. Create the world of others. Looks like it's just a bunch of asset flips to make your own game. Is what Excursion is. It's 40% off for $2.99. And it looks like garbage, so I'm going to close that tab too. Freeze an enemy. If it's already frozen, destroy it. Let's see. We don't want to freeze.
Winter is here, and it's cold.
Oh, if an enemy was frozen, draw a card.
On with the show!
Spells are fun, so fun.
Sever my wrath! Sever my wrath!
This will be interesting if he can bring that back. TechRaptor has an article. Marvelous Europe brings Uppers to PC and PS4. Uppers is like some kind of fighting game, and I guess Marvelous Europe is part of Marvelous Entertainment, maybe, but maybe not. It was originally released on the Vita in 2016, and it's one of the few non-Sinrin Kagura games published by Marvelous and Honey Parade Games. Interesting. I'll watch the trailer here, but I don't think the graphics are that good. It's just kind of a fighting game, which maybe it's a bit of a more of a brawler and less of a fighting game where you would just
Look very familiar.
there might be more of a story to it. Yeah, there's combos and stuff, so it's more of a brawler. Let's see. I can't do anything with that. Uppers will release on PC and PS4 later this year, so there's really nothing actionable about that article. Moving on, we have a mostly negative. 20% of 10 user reviews are positive for this game called Project Skylab, free-to-play action indie casual adventure game. It looks relatively decent, but asset flips have at this point gotten pretty decent. Kind of looks like you're running around. It sort of looks like one of the Halo places where you can run around and shoot things. One of the Halo maps.
Speak your peace.
Let's see, gain mana crystal. And go ahead and do this. And then do that.
Excuse
play
me.
that.
You are on with the show.
Do that. Why do people hate this game? It's free to play, Project Skylab is. Let's see, the game has decent graphics. I also love the math mechanic, however, as I feared at the start of the game, it was plagued with glitches and bugs that just made them non-playable. Not only that, there wasn't a lot of options to settings, which I can play on. Let's see.
One for all and all for me.
Why on earth would you release this to the public already, says another review. The second puzzle doesn't even work and you can't pick up the stuff once you die. I literally made it 2 parts in. Let's see. So I don't even know what the math mechanic on this is. But yeah, nobody likes it, so it's not going anywhere. Let me see if this game here is in English. Oh, it is. Interesting. We have a bullet hell shooter called Touhou, Touhou, space Makuka space Sai, so Touhou Makukasai Fantastic Danmaku Festival, which seems like it's a bullet hell shooter with some anime girl characters who will potentially show up every now and then, I imagine.
What a bump. On with the show.
Freeze a minion. Yeah, it's just a bullet hell shooter. I have no real interest in it. It looks like it's pretty graphically alright. 10% off for $8.09.
The menagerie is for guests.
Yeah,
only.
it's not one I would put on my wish list. But it is rated very positive, 98% positive, 110 users. So I would say that that people who do like bullet hell shooters like this game. They say that this game, Fantastic Danmaku Festival, is a Touhou Project fanfiction STG with colorful Danmaku, which I don't even know what that is. Besides the characters we know in Touhou Project, there are also brand new original characters named Nyx in the game. So there's some characters I think from other series and other games that bring some familiarity to it also. Let's play this.
On with the show.
I can't do that. So in the turn we have a game called Super GMA on Steam. Let's see, Super GMA is a traditional 2D fighting game where you can increase your health energy the more you fight. Every attack technique and even strategy that you wield will put you to the ultimate test. This looks like it is animated in, I mean, I don't even know if I call this MS Paint or if this is just a weird animation style. It's not terrible, it's just not good either. It's something I can't even recognize. It's like, it seems like they're drawing characters to look like characters like Goku and Avatar from the Last Airbender, and maybe a character that's supposed to represent the God of War character Kratos. This game is $9.99 and it just doesn't have enough polish to it that would make me want to play it. Let's see. I could kill this one, that would be helpful. But meanwhile, every turn, this Emperor Therusian is reducing the cost of cards in the guy's hand. Next game we have on Steam is called Atex Brawl, which is an arena brawler where you're playing as mechs, robots, walking robots. It's got a little bit of polish on it, but it still looks like it's a pretty low effort style game. Single non-line player, 15% off for $6.79. Yeah, I don't see enough here that would make me want to play it. It has one user review, came out August 16th, which means we also are falling into older games that I haven't covered because I missed them. Alright. Spell damage +2.
Starlight.
And just end the turn there. Next game we have on Steam is called Blood Ancestors Beta. It's an early access. It's a team-based first-person melee and range combat game according to its description. It's tagged early access action indie early access. I kind of wish the tags and the descriptions were better. Like, I really... maybe they need to put little icons and just have more things get tagged. I know on my videos on YouTube, for what little it helps, I try to use all the tags that I can, and it's possible that that's actually hurting my videos, and it's kind of impossible to figure out whether it is or not. Let's just go ahead and play this while we can. Yeah, this looks a lot like a Quake clone. It's 40% off for $8.99, Blood Ancestors. They're saying it's a competitive medieval fantasy and that it's out of alpha. Now it's in early access beta. At least they waited to get it out of alpha to start selling it. No thank you, however. Next game we have on Steam is called Journey of the Fox. It says it's an early access indie casual adventure strategy game. It looks kind of pretty, but it might just be asset flips too. I'm looking at a camera fly through of what looks like a Unity area, and you're just flying around in the Unity viewer because it's highlighting things that it probably shouldn't be highlighted. Yeah, and then I'm seeing screenshots that I kind of question whether the game is even in a playable state. Like, because the video didn't actually show me anybody playing. Excess mana. Draw a card. Five damage to your hero, gain 5 armor. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that quite yet.
Time runs out on me.
Like, I have no spells because I would have had just battle cry probably. Play this, and play this.
Try this stuff.
That's one of those rare instances where you die with armor and have no health. Did that play enough Battlecry cards. No, it didn't. Oh man, we're back to this. Journey of the Fox is $7.99. That is way too expensive. So let's close that. I'm also noticing that there isn't really a rant that I've gotten into today. So I don't know if nothing has just primed me for a rant, or nothing has happened in the news to make me rant on it.
It is on.
But yeah, seems like we'll go 4 hours today and have no rant whatsoever, which I am super fine with. Next game we have on Steam is called Domicard, D-O-M-I-C-A-R-D. It's like a dominoes game. You create as many dominoes as you want and then you knock them over, generally trying to do an amazing like domino thing, to spell something out or show a picture or something like that. I imagine it's not a super easy process for a domino simulator game. I'm not even sure if you couldn't just do this with Tabletop Simulator. I don't know what the real limitation, I should have just played that and that, would be on Tabletop Simulator as far as how many dominoes you could get on a table. Or if maybe Tabletop Simulator actually doesn't have the capability, come to think of it, of showing a domino falling over. Yeah, that definitely could be the case. Domicard is 20% off for $3.19. That seems too expensive, and it seems like it's just too much of a niche product for me to want to cover or play, and it doesn't look very good. Next game we have on Steam is called Space Excavators, all squished together as one word in the title, which that seems to happen too often.
An incredible discovery!
It says Anime Studio Sanzigen, S-A-N-Z-I-G-N, comes out with their own retro gamer. ID0 has become a side-scrolling shooter game on Steam. Operate the eye machines of ID0 to mine and discover new oracle ores. So what this is a side-scrolling bullet hell shooter with MS Paint graphics. So if there is an anime studio by that name, which I don't recognize that name, and I would probably recognize most anime studios, there aren't that many.
Where's the key?
Ice block. We'll take that, and we'll play that, and that, and that, and that. Yep, this game looks like total garbage, and they want $19.99 for Space Excavators. No thank you. I'll pass. PC Gamer has an article, Torchlight Frontiers Dev Diary reveals more info on the MMO sequel. Also introduces developer etc. games. This probably is an article from a while ago that I was just holding back to read myself. Nope. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything really in this article
I wonder.
that is saying anything.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Let's see.
Flash fails. Try crystal. Epic fate.
Play this. Etc. Games was founded 2 years ago by Max Schaefer, who previously founded Runic Entertainment. Okay, Max Schaefer. I I saw the name Schaefer here and I thought it was Tim Schaefer, and I'm like, why would the guy in charge of Double Fine be making the next Torchlight game? Like, I think we'll probably have to wait a while until we get Torchlight Frontiers to actually reveal some new useful information.
We have many secrets.
This,
Perfect fit.
that,
Crystallize.
that. If I can get a victory, I want to get a victory, so I'll take it. Next game we have on Steam is called Polygod, P-O-L-Y-G-O-D. They say it's a roguelike, randomly generated single and multiplayer first-person shooter with a brutal difficulty curve. It's tagged with strategy, action, indie, first-person shooting. Seems like what you're doing is jumping around in a kind of Quake clone, using a lot of weird-looking asset flips that have been merged together with no real artistic style. It's $14.99 for Polygon. And see, I can see their lack of artistic style trying to sell itself as actually having an artistic style. But no, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't.
Crystallize.
Let's take that victory. Apparently Polygon is also trying to be like an Overwatch clone, which that's certainly not going to work. Alright, only a few more Battlecry things, and getting a victory also helped. So we got 2 things done. PC Gamer has an article. Garbage Town Builder, Flotsam, or Flotsam, I guess it's Flotsam, F-L-O-T-S-A-M, mixes survival and city building in a new trailer. Build a floating, cell-shaded city, and then use it to travel across the world. This is a Congregate game, so it may never come to Steam. It's an interesting idea.
For Doomhammer.
The game
You asked
Raft
for it.
was sort of the same idea, except for this is now a bigger city. I like the animation style here. It looks like there's more gameplay and multiplayer to this, and it's not just a case of you're going to constantly be attacked by the shark, and you're going to constantly have to throw out a hook to catch it in, to bring in trash. And there seems to be a environmentalism spin here, in which creatures, fish are actually going to be hurt, or at least there's going to be different varieties of creatures because of the trash that's floating everywhere. Which, you know, it's an important thing to talk about and deal with, and we need international law to be enforced about dumping of trash into the ocean. One of the things I think personally, and it's a little tinfoil hat, but I wouldn't be surprised, is that the trash in the United States, if you're yeah, a lot of that trash that's picked up by the garbage people in the United States gets actually shipped to China to be sorted or reused or recycled. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of that trash gets put in on a shipping container on a ship, and then the ship either loses the shipping container, it falls over the side, or they intentionally just dump it in the ocean. Because, like, there really isn't a lot you can do with trash. If it's sorted, it might have a little bit of a value to it. Also, right now, with the tariffs and trade war going on between the United States and China, it's not really profitable to send trash all the way to China. That's why, if you really want to be an environmentalist, the #1 thing you can do before anything else is just reduce the amount of trash you build. Don't worry about recycling. Don't worry about anything other than conserving and just not creating trash in the first place.
I'll give it a shot.
And certainly there's a lot of things that people buy or use that end up creating a lot of trash and waste after the fact. But yeah, that's about as big of a rant as I'll probably have today. Let's do this one. And get rid of these. There. That one. GameIndustry.biz has an article, Jobs Roundup, Jagex brings in new executives Nick Balioff, that's spelled B-A-L-I-A-E-O-A-E-F-F, and Rob Cordero, C-O-R-D-E-R-O. Meanwhile, Insomniac picks up BioWare writing talent, and Firewatch art director joins Valve. So this is a list of employees who have moved around. Seems like this is the time. I have been noticing in the past couple of weeks that a lot of people have either started working somewhere or quit somewhere. And see, that's really scary too, because like if you get laid off in the United States, and particularly I guess in this case in the video game industry, and the only time is like 1 or 2 months out of the year is the only time that people are hiring, that's not good. That is definitely not the scenario you would want to be in.
What a bother.
But I certainly have seen that for myself in other career paths and jobs where there's specific parts where specific times, like around Christmas, they only want to hire people for seasonal work. Very few people want to hire permanently around the fourth quarter. But also around January after the new year, the new budget probably hasn't been approved. So often could be 3 or 4 months after January until the budget's approved. And that's where you end up with this mid-year is the only time when anybody gets hired or anybody is hiring. Also in the United States, there's just heavy amount of attempting to hire people at part-time or temporary work so that they don't have to pay for health care or anything like that. Moving on, we have a game on Steam called Found Horror Game 11.exe. It's tagged as sexual content, nudity, adventure in the environment. I did not expect that, certainly. Let's do that. I'm seeing a bunch of text scroll on a screen with black bars on the side, so it doesn't seem like it's widescreen. And the actual animation we're seeing is just awful. Looks like it's asset flips to different styles of gameplay. One screen looks like Minecraft. Some screens look like top-down RPGs. One screen looks like it's a 3D dungeon crawler game. Let's see. Apparently there are different games locked inside the games, and it says that there's like 11 games that have to be unlocked before you unlock the other games. And so the community is working together here. Yeah, I could kind of see what they're trying to do here, but I think what they're really doing is just selling you a terrible game for 5% off and $3.79.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Time runs out on me.
Perfect fit.
That's incredible.
Yeah, there's 5 user reviews right now. I have no interest whatsoever in this game, this developer has made several other games and they all look like they aren't that great. They seem to try to be ambitious, but not really. They're not even really worth it. And the top seller is already Found Horror Game 11.exe, so if the ugly game that I'm looking at is the best game you have, you really don't have anything. Moving on. We have a game called Nekokoro, Nekokoro, which this is a cat game because that's Japanese for cat. Although this game actually isn't in Japanese. Interesting. It's 30% off for $3.49.
That's
It
incredible.
comes out in German, English, Polish, and simplified Chinese. 6 user reviews. It says it's an indie casual adventure simulation dating sim. The animation looks like it's either a low effort Chinese animation or
Excuse me.
or
You
a
are on fire.
Western animator doing a pretty good job of trying to do a Japanese animation style, but it's still not right there. It's not there quality wise. There's seems to be 3 cat girls that you can date. Yeah. There seems to be a slight inconsistency with the animation too. Their heads are too big, scale is off. There's no background on the text when you're looking at it, so you can't read what they're saying to you either. Yep, I would say this falls too close to the point of being a
Speak your piece.
low effort
Job done.
game than it does being a good quality visual novel dating sim game. So I'm gonna close that tab. There's an older story I hadn't caught up on. Your game has a story. Xbox One update adds ability to broadcast everything, plus a shopping cart feature in the new Avatar store. The latest Xbox One system update rolling out to alpha testers has several handy new features for fans of streaming, shopping, and avatars. Broadcasting via Mixer will let you toggle the ability to include everything you're doing on your console, including on the dashboard. So that's, I suppose, slightly interesting.
Job done.
But I'm not sure how many people would really want to see that. Mixer would pause anytime you switch between games until that point. You won't be able to stream any HEVC applications like Netflix, YouTube, or iPlayer, so you can't stream basically the things that you shouldn't be streaming anyways. Oh man, still need more Battlecry cards. Store now has a shopping cart feature, which seems like that's really helpful. And then the new avatars, the all new avatars are not backwards compatible with the old items, so old 360 avatar awards are now useless. That kind of sucks. They needed probably to have some display case or something where you could put the old items and still show them off, or have them float. To have a not backward compatible upgrade on the avatars is clearly an unacceptable thing to do in a modern day. Let's see, we already talked about Super Neptunia RPG being delayed till spring 2019, so I don't need to talk about that again. Let's see. Let's play this. Play this. Play this.
I want to
And
cast a
turn.
spell.
GameIndustry.biz has an article. 2K Games veteran launches a new marketing agency called Attract Mode. Matthias Wehner, Wehner, returns to Germany to start a new venture called with Remote Control Production. So, okay. That's somebody leaving 2K. Now, that doesn't inherently scare me or anything that like Borderlands 3 is going to be delayed or anything just because one person left to do something completely different. When you see somebody leave their current job and immediately take a different job, that means he just got a better offer. He could do something he's been wanting to do. Let's see. Moving over to marketing, he probably did a lot of marketing in 2K too, so he probably has some experience. I think we've probably already talked about this, but the Spyro Reignited trilogy has been delayed to November, so ideally that means that the disc might include all 3 games now, or potentially it will have a... Oh man, he's playing this strategy that is going to be a nightmare to defeat. So yeah, Spyro was supposed to come out on September 21st and now it's November 13th. So it's about a month's delay, not a big deal. And with that, I am at the Humble Bundle store, and we are at the point of an hour happening on this recording. So all I really need to do is get 2 daily quests done on the on the Asian account, and then tomorrow we'll be streaming the puzzle account, and I may have to play a little bit off screen to catch up. Let's see.
You look very familiar. For $1.
If I win here,
Right away.
which there's a chance, then we might have this. The Jackbox Party Pack Humble Bundle is here. If you pay the average to get the second tier is $10.24 now. Is there any other bundles that have game bundles? They're really getting scarce. Yeah, no other game bundles. So that just puts me at my Twitter account. And we can scroll down my Twitter account a little bit more. We've got like a few things that have happened in the past 4 hours, but I don't think the world has blown up. And frankly, even if it has, we could talk about it tomorrow, assuming I can stream tomorrow. There was a small chance that my internet was like going to be out today, but it wasn't, so thank goodness for that. Yeah, dungeon runs certainly would require their own thing, and yeah, I'm not gonna make people listen to me scroll down my Twitter feed. I doubt I'm going to get back to playing the any of The Walking Dead A New Frontier Season 3 for today or tomorrow, or probably the next day. So I'm gonna be stuck not playing that game until Thursday at this point, which is, I guess, alright. Anyways, that's it for this recording and this stream. As always, if you want a friend or follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, Steam, or Battle.net, all of those links are down below in the description box. And I ask that you like, share, subscribe, When you subscribe, click the notification bell, comment, and watch every second of my videos. Do all those things to help my episodes and help my channels. And if you want to support me even further, you can friend me on Steam and friend me a game, either a game you want to see me cover or a game off my wish list, or you can send me just a gift card, gift that to me on Steam, or you can send me a Steam code through Twitter direct message. That's it for the stream. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.